Trade is brought to you by Vantage Markets, delivering one of Australia's most trusted and award-winning trading experiences. Explore smart trading at vantagemarkets.com.au.
Hello and welcome to The Trade. Before we get into the technicals, let's have a quick look at what traders are watching. And the Nasdaq notched a record high on Monday, lifted by a rally in Broadcom, and the S&P 500 also gained as investors bet the Fed will soon lower borrowing costs to shore up economic growth. The Murdoch family has reached a deal that will see Rupert Murdoch's politically conservative elder son Lachlan Murdoch cement control of the family media empire, which includes Fox News and the Wall Street Journal. And France's parliament has brought down the government over its plans to tame the ballooning national debt, deepening a political crisis that is weakening the Eurozone's second largest economy. Lawmakers voting to oust Prime Minister Francois Bayrou and his minority government with 364 votes against the veteran centrist politician and 194 in his favour. So let's get into then some of the technical analysis with Peter McGuire from trading.com, who joins me now. And I guess we are looking very closely at gold amidst all of this uncertainty. Another record, Pete.
Absolutely. Good morning, Juliette. I mean, when you're thinking 3,600 and it seems to be just steamrolling up. Is 4,000 achievable by year end? I notice that Goldman are coming out and they're saying 5,000. And I know that's a big target, but really, is it a big target when we think of what we've achieved in the last probably 2 to 3 years? That big rally up from 2,000 all the way to 3,000. You've got also central bank buying. We've got a huge appetite across India and of course Asia. And the chart tells a story. Everyone's long. I don't know many people that are short, even in the paper market. They might be looking at pullbacks, but it's just one-way traffic and it's just been extraordinary.
Yeah, we're going to try and find your gold chart. While we get to that, though, this is a really interesting chart too, telling us all the daily moves that we're seeing.
Yes.
And I guess we're continuing to monitor as well a lot of these safe havens, so the Swissy as well.
Absolutely. US dollar, and we're looking at that Swiss franc, the cross rate there. There it tells it, and it seems to be fairly range bound, but that US dollar is coming under more pressure. And with possibility as far as rate cuts in 8 or 9 days' time, and are they going to be 50 basis points? What would that do to the US dollar? We're approaching that 96 handle now, Juliette. So I think that the downdraft is going to continue up to 69 or 70 basis points, and that seems to be consensus at the moment, to be stripped out in that last 3 months of the year. There's only 3 more meetings. There's this one and then I think October and November. So they'll either front load with 50 or they'll have to really ratchet it up possibly in October and November. So I think it's going to be beneficial for the franc and, short US dollar.
What does it mean for the yen then?
Well, yen's a different story. I mean, when you're talking yen to US dollar, we had Prime Minister Ishiba throw the towel in yesterday, or Sunday, the Prime Minister. You could see a little bit of movement there as far as yen US dollar. It seems to be, again, fairly choppy and opening up a fair bit of opportunity. That 148 to 146 is a channel that it's trading in, and possibly you could see again, if that US dollar comes under more pressure, I wouldn't be surprised to see the yen strengthen even further.
Now, we've been looking as well, I guess, broadly at the euro. I mentioned there what's happening in France, some big moves coming
44 billion they want to strip out as far as budgetary.
Yeah.
So that's the real issue that I think Main Street are very conscious of, hitting pensions and the impact it's going to have to their people.
So the French 30-year government bond yield down 4 points to 4.336. It did hit 4.52, its highest since June 2009. You can see the euro there, dollar. What does this mean in terms of what's happening?
A couple of other things, and I'm reciting this off memory. The spread between the French franc, the French bond, the 10-year, and the German 10-year is now at its widest, and there you're talking about that it's approaching Spain and Greece sort of numbers. And if it's edging up even closer to Italy. So it seems to be a bit of a basket case. Are we going to see Marine Le Pen's government, that right populist government, come into play and they gain even more traction? Is it the end of Macron? It's time will tell, but I think they're in for some really explosive political situation in the next 45 days.
All right, now we've got your gold chart, so you can tell us all about what you're looking at here in terms of some of these technicals.
Well, look at it. It's above all of those technicals there, from moving averages to short-term moving averages, both the 200 and the long-term ascending trend line. 3,600 all-time high. You're looking at that Fibonacci at 3740, 161.8%. So I think that it's probably got the potential at the moment, Julia, to take out that 3740 because the momentum is parabolic and it's just hard to be short. And there will be an inflection point, but at the moment there just seems to be so much momentum building that possibly 4,000 is going to be there fairly quickly and possibly even by year end. I'm not one to go out and say, look, that's the new headline, but it's got through with such conviction through 35, 3,600. Now you just got to say you can't get in the road of it, it'll run you over.
And is Bitcoin going to run us over, or has that got more of a
It's had
chance
I think it's probably having a little bit, that hot air has come out of it from 124 back to 111. It's a time to, I think traders are looking possibly at margin calls or looking at other markets that have been opportunistic, and that's where gold has been and silver have been great plays. But I think that'll come back to play, and Bitcoin, yeah, I think it's going to have it's good days are ahead of it.
Okay, Peter, thank you as always. Peter McGuire there from trading.com. That does it for this edition of The Trade. Be sure to join us next time.
The Trade was brought to you by Vantage Markets, delivering one of Australia's most trusted and award-winning trading experiences. Explore smart trading at vantagemarkets.com.au.